Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast. This is a podcast where we discuss the topics on happiness, full potential, success, becoming your best self, using your God-given abilities, finding your strength to create something that will serve the world and ultimately serve you, and raise your family tree, change the family tree for you, create generational wealth, and leave something in the world, something in a world that you have taken so much from. You know, we are blessed to live in the best times in the history of civilization. 6,000 years of recorded history. There has never been a better time, and we are blessed to live in that time. And we are only seeing all these developments because someone around us, someone like us, who are no better than us, who are no more talented, no more gifted than us, decided that they would pursue something they felt would pursue. It's worthy to be pursued. They were chasing a worthy ideal. They had goals. They had a mission. They have the ambition to go after something amazing, and they were able to do that. And we got the cell phone, we got the car, we got the TV, we got telecommunication, we have the internet. The internet, which is their most amazing piece of tool in this era. And maybe in the next era, and maybe all the generations to come, where it has been used, and it is the tool that is opening it up for everyone, and it's removing the gatekeepers, and no longer you have to depend on a whole lot of money, a whole lot of connection, and 50, 60 years, 10 years, 5 years to create something. You can literally, for free, with an internet connection, go out there and create something, and it could reach millions in no time, and your life could change forever. How awesome is that? So we're doing this 20 for 20 series. We're doing this series, if you're joining us for the first time, this is episode 8 in the series. We're doing this series to empower you for 2020, to get you beyond the 14th of January and the 14th of February, when is the statistical points where 70 to 95% of people give up on their resolution. Stop doing what they say they were going to do. Don't want to do it anymore. Can't make it through. So we're here to provide you with 20 principles to get away from that, to beat that locked to euphoria type of a principle, for want of a better word. Like the euphoria of the new year brings this type of energy that is fleeting. It's not lasting. It usually leaves most people in 2 weeks, and they settle, they revert to their old self. And today I want to bring this section of the series, and I decided that for the next 3 episodes or 4 episodes, going up to episode 10, I'm going to go on a rant a bit, and I'm going to jolt you. I may say the things that you don't like to hear, but it is what you should hear. So back when I just moved to Kingston, I just started working after I finished college. I went back home to grandma. I was raised in the rural area. I went back home to grandma. I realized that the rural area wasn't cutting it for me. There wasn't much opportunities. And I was in Kingston, and I went to grandma usually for the Christmas season, for sure. You know, I go a couple of other times in a year, but for Christmas, I always go home for Christmas. And we weren't raised to speak to our grandparents about stuff, or our parents about relationship stuff and things we are going through. And it was unorthodox. But somehow something in me told me to raise this topic with grandma. And I was talking about my friends and how one of my friends help this person and give them their all, and you know, to the point where they become intimate friends, and they're always doing everything for them, and you know, they just pour out their heart. And now there is one thing that is kind of creating a problem. They're calling on me to kind of mediate, and I don't know where to go, because I can see where one person is feeling not appreciated, and the other person is feeling that, you know, the other person could do more. And there was a big problem and there's a big conflict, and I was talking to grandma about it, and I was coming down on the perspective or on the side or on the person's side to say that, look, love is unconditional and you should love the person no matter what, and this person has done so much for you and you should repay that person by doing X and you should repay that person by doing Y. And my grandmother brought home the point to me, not in these exact words, but from what she explained to me, she helped me understood this concept that no one has 100% for you. No one has 100% for you. No one can deliver 100% of everything for you. You cannot expect people to always be there for you and to give you everything that you request. I don't care if it's your child, I don't care if it's your mom, I don't care if it's your wife, your husband, whoever they are. No one has 100% to deliver to you. So you have to quit expecting 100% from your job. You have to quit expecting 100% from your wife. You have to quit expecting 100% from your husband, from your friends, from your co-workers, from your teammates. There is no one on the planet that has 100% for you, except one person. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But as you go through your business dealings, as you go through your relationship, there might be issues. There might be things that it's tough for you as you work and you're in a working environment and people don't deliver on a job and someone help you out sometimes, but it's not what you expected. The way to solve that and the way to ensure that you come up with the results you want, or at the end of the day, the final product, even though it involves others, is what it's supposed to be and should be. You have to first set your expectation based on how far you can deliver, and not setting your expectation based on how much or on one other person or some other group of people giving you 100%. You must try to set your expectations based on what you can deliver for yourself. So you have to think about that. Think that no one is going to deliver 100% for you. No one have 100% for you. You cannot count on the things that doesn't matter. Don't count on stuff that is a sideshow. And that's my second point. Don't count on things that is not a big deal, or somebody giving you a smile and somebody saying hello to you and you're depending on that to be a good day for you, because they don't have 100% to give to you. Somebody might be disgruntled, they're having problems in their own life, it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't sound good, things are going bad for them, and you are expecting them to give it to you when you want it at your beck and call at a time that is convenient to you, and it doesn't play out right. You're expecting your mom to always have the money to lend you. You're expecting your wife to always be compassionate and attentive and all that stuff. You will set up yourself for a tough time if you're expecting other people to deliver 100% for you. No one has 100% for you. People have their own lives. People are not perfect. It is a full-time job delivering themselves 100% for themselves. How is it that they're going to take on a job to deliver 100% for you? So, live and let live. See things for what they are. I was having a conversation with my sister-in-law yesterday, and I was saying to her that we are expecting people to do X, Y, and Z and to be X, Y, and Z because that's logical. But the problem is that human beings, by our nature, it's not logical. Human beings are emotional. 99% of the time you do something awesome, and everybody will say, yeah, you are the greatest. The one time you do something bad, they'll throw you under the bus. They'll chastise you. They'll turn on you. They'll forget all the good times that you have brought them through or you have brought to them. And they will use that one bad thing to crucify you, because all the 99 things were in the past. The one thing that they want now, that they want you to deliver, is instant. And instant gratification is the candy of the human nature. The brain wants now. The brain have more emphasis on now. Anything that is needed now is what is paramount in someone's assessment of you and someone's ability and someone's determination to care and to love and to show you this and to give you that. So don't expect that anybody have 100% for you. Neither your job, neither your boss. You have to do the grading factor, as I always call it. Like most things or all things in my life, I put it on a grading scheme. If it's between 60 to 85%, I am good. So, my mom, my brother, my wife, my friends, my co-workers, whoever I deal with, my business people, everybody who I deal with, I grade them. And if it's a pass mark, it's a pass mark. We go. If it fail, I avoid it. I get out of it. But I'm not expecting 100% from anything. And I'm not using the 100% criteria to do something or not do it. It doesn't work that way. Even in your outputs, one of the greatest producers of all times, I think I've mentioned this before, when they were interviewing him, who has won 10 Grammys, and they're interviewing him and they're asking him, how do you do this, my friend? He said, what people see is the hits, the 10 Grammys that I've won, but people don't recognize that there have been 90 flops in producing that 10. What are you going to judge him on? You're going to judge him on the 90 flops or the 10 Grammys? When we run ads, we tweak and we test. We have an ad set, and we have with 6 ads. And we scale the winners and we cut the losers. You yourself don't deliver at 100%. You can't expect or judge people to deliver on 100%. Look, I know what they say at work. I know all these gurus and the company executives and the perfect managers and the perfect supervisors and the perfect co-workers who say, oh, my work is always this and you don't give me this and you don't give me that. They all make mistakes. Mistakes is in everybody's life because none of us are perfect. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't have the best judgment all the time. So we are going to fail and we're going to mess up. They mess up too. What I'm trying to say to you, don't let people judge you or don't judge people on perfect results. And the last thing I want to tell you that is tied into not going for perfection and not expecting perfection from everybody, because 100% is perfection. Not expecting perfection from everybody is, I want you to understand the principle of execution above perfection. Execute. I don't care if it's perfect, because it's not going to be perfect. You're going to suck. You're going to suck out more. You're going to suck a little less, and you're going to suck a little less as you get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trials. But what will happen is that this growth is not going to be exponential. It's not going to be linear. It's going to be exponential. When you stop sucking, you will become so good after all that suck has reached a certain point. So there will be a multiplier effect. And you will get it. So measure the people around you. Measure the business opportunities. Measure the pros and cons. Double down on your strengths. And have some tolerance and some patience in your life and your dealings. And be intelligent enough to understand. Be intelligent and enlightened enough to understand that there's no point in counting what won't count much. Or counting on what won't count much. And there is no point in expecting that anybody have 100% for you. Nobody does. Because we are human beings, and human beings are more emotional than they are logical. We are running logical expectations from emotional creatures. And it's as simple as that. So when you start to do things and you're out here and you're going for your goals and you're going through this year, understand that the maximum expectation you must have or should have or it's intelligent to have is the expectation you have of yourself. And look, I know it's theoretical, I know it's semantics, I know it's academic, but what I'm trying to explain to you is that you now need to do everything that there is to temper your expectation from people. Whether you have to meditate, whether you have to read, whether you have to understand, whether you have to pull yourself out of it emotionally, whether you have to get the content and the information to show you how to do this thing. But I'm trying to show you how to take the edge off the emotional effect that it have on you when people don't deliver at 100%. Because if you lower the expectation, then the hurt and then the pain and the anger will be reduced also. Look, I'm teaching myself as I'm teaching you. So I want you to absorb that in your spirit and understand that no one have 100% for you. If you are expecting that, you're setting up yourself for huge disappointments. Thank you, guys. Noone Motivator Car here. Join me on Instagram. Send me your messages. Send me your questions on email. Whatever you have to say. Find me on Facebook. Noone Motivator Car. Always a pleasure, my friends. Awesome. No one have 100% for you.